Hello my good people, good to see you once again. Leo tunazungumzia 4 amazing and secret things that you're supposed to do when it comes to 2023 challenge. Instead of kuandika a lot of, new year resolution that you won't even follow them. How about you only challenge yourself with only these 4 things and get started if you want to achieve what I call the financial freedom. All right? So stick around. Make sure you watch this video to the end so that you understand. You know why? Because I'm going to take you step by step so that you'll be able to understand. If you have a challenge with money and such kind of a thing, this is a piece of yours. All right, but before we do that, as always, up over chini, just below there is like a button written subscribe. It is in black on your right. Just hit it. It is free, it is fast. Then down below on your left there is a button, there is this like over whatever. Just click it. That's a like. I know, because you're asking yourself, find yourself, what's the importance of that? Guess what? Any other time I post a new video, you'll be the first one to be notified when I upload a new video. All right, so that's the importance. Let's get to today's business. All right, so today I'm going to teach you only 4 things, good, applicable, that you can be able to apply them in relation to the finance, so that at least you achieve what I call the financial freedom. All right, so step number 1, this one I've been talking about it and I'm not going to cease to talk about it, and it's about savings. All right, I know a lot of people usually face a challenge on how can I save, and where can I save, and how much should I save, and such kind of a thing. So today I'm going to give you a very simple trick. Yesterday I did post a video about you saving 100 bob on Safaricom Mali, and cumulatively that money earns you interest, and then at the end of the year you get your good cash. And by the way, you almost get to 40,000 at the end of the year. So you can pick one as an example. You can actually dedicate yourself into saving 100 bob in that Safaricom Mali, or you can dedicate yourself into saving that amount of money into money market fund, because in money market fund, some of the money market fund companies, you can even start with 1,000 bob. You can save yourself 1,000 bob continuously or progressively, and compounding factor at the end of the year you get something. The other way you can be able to save your money in a very simple and nice way. And by the way, when I talk of saving money, I talk about at least 20% of your income. Whatever amount of money you earn, 20%. Let's say, for instance, if you earn 20,000, what is 20% of 20,000? It is 4,000. So take your 4,000 and then save it somewhere. If you earn 40,000, then it is 80,000. If you earn 100,000, 20% is 20,000. All right. So I bet you understand what I mean by 20% of anything that you earn. So that small amount of money you can dedicate into saving. You can take a SACCO, just pick a very nice, good, legit, regulated SACCO by Sasra, save something small inside that specific SACCO, and then at the end of the year, who knows? Let me tell you one thing. There is a Swahili proverb that says, wanasema haba na haba hujaza kibaba, or something of sort. So you just start from where you are. Don't mind whatever amount of money you are earning. Even if you're earning 10 Gs at the end of the month, make sure that at least you save 20% of that amount of money. All right, so if you dedicate it somewhere, save it somewhere, then at the end of the day you're able to do something constructive with your cash. And I've said this, once you get your salary, take 20% of it, dedicate it into your savings. All right, and once you do that, at the end of the, and by the way, I would recommend you save from where you're able to earn an interest. Yesterday I gave a very simple example. By the way, you can go ahead and check that video. I talked about a challenge of saving a single 100 bob per day, and then to the Safaricom Mali, and you have it at the comfort of your phone in your M-Pesa. You can just dial *334#, and then you get your Safaricom Mali there. You save your 100 bob each and every day, and you get something at the end of the year. All right, so that's how you can challenge yourself. And by the time you are, we are coming to the end of the 2023, just like we are in December, then you'll have your cash. You can go ahead and start the business that you would like to start. All right, number 2, I always tell people, budget for your money. All right, after you get your 20% out of the total salary that you earn, then take a budget. All right, because I always tell people, budgeting is telling your money where to go rather than wondering where it went. All right, don't play up the what I call the catch-up game with your cash, and then you're there unakimbishana. You would like to know pesa zangu zilienda wapi. You taking a pen and paper, writing down wherever you've been and how much you've used. No, do this. Once you get 20% of your income, then from that particular point, develop a budget that should function as a guidance. What am I supposed to dedicate to where? Pesa zangu za matumizi ya chakula na ya kawaida ni ngapi? How much do I take for entertainment? How much do I send home as a black tax? How much do I dedicate in terms of my repaying debt, if you have any? How much should I go dedicate towards paying the school fees and such kind of things? All right. So budgeting is a vital thing that you're supposed to go ahead and be able to accommodate in your life, and can actually go ahead in helping you a lot when it comes to money. All right. So, and number 3, I always say this: live according to your means, or live within your means. You find people are earning 30,000 at the end of the month, but you're budgeting for 33,000. So what happens with the 3,000 that you've added on top? All right. This is not only riskier that you're getting a loan somewhere to fund your appetite, but also getting yourself into a situation whereby you're not even saving, right? Because when you're going to a point of saving, or rather, borrowing, that means you've already not saved. All right. So if you're earning 30,000, then live a life that is accordance to that 30,000, right? Rather than you budgeting for 33. You know what happens? For you to supplement the top amount of money that you've added there, you're forced to, go ahead and borrow. So in your life, you'll be catching up with 3,000 on top that you cannot even tell where it is going, right? The moment you were applying that specific job, you knew very well it is gonna pay you 30,000. So why don't you budget? Don't live according to people's pressure. A lot of people do live, under pressure from their partners, from their parents, from their whoever, from the influence of their friends. Just know your amount of money that you earn. Live according to that amount of money. Budget yourself. And let me tell you one thing: the moment you earn your 30,000, make sure you dedicate 20% of it. I know people will be like, okay, fine, Joseph, you're not logic. You cannot be able to save. You can. It also calls for a sacrifice. That's the reality of life, right? There's no way you get this a miracle button that you're gonna press and all of a sudden you get all the money that you want in this world. No, it is called a progressive growth. And I always say that success is not an event, it's a process. It starts somewhere, and then progressively a certain period of time you get yourself somewhere. Because the challenge that I'm giving right now on this 2023 challenge is about, at the end of the next year, God willing, inshallah, we are able to raise a capital that you can be able to create another stream of income to supplement what we usually get conventionally from our monthly income. If you're a monthly guy, if you're a daily guy, if you're a weekly guy, whatever the time you get paid, provided you supplement that, that is what exactly I am talking about. All right. So the fourth one, but not the least, it's all about starting small. Start from wherever you are. All right. Maybe you're out there, you've already managed to save like 15,000, and maybe you got a wife in your house, or you have somebody home, or you yourself, you can actually go ahead and start something small. I always tell people, with 15,000, you can start variety of businesses. You can start your very small grocery store where you're selling fruits, you're selling vegetables. You can start yourself a makeshift sort of a milk vendor where you're selling milk, provided you adhere to hygiene standards and such kind of things. You can go ahead, start selling like eggs and milk, and you get myself. I mean, it's not a must that you have your hundreds of thousands and millions for you to get started in business. And I always say you have to have these two qualifications for you to be an entrepreneur and get started in the world of business. Number one, I always say you have to have what I call, you have to be crazy, right? And when I say crazy, I don't mean like out of your senses. What I mean here is like, you hardly even listen to people. Fine, you get most important from the relevant people as far as the business are concerned, but out of the place, usually do things out of ordinary. And that's why you find we have less people, those who are in business successfully, and they have employed huge number of people. That's the reality. Some people do say why 2% succeed but 98 don't succeed, right? This is because those 2%, they love to think differently from people. Actually, when I was in schooling, there was something called, or there was a certain proverb saying, I don't know whether it was a verb saying or whatever, was saying that when everyone thinks the same, then someone is not thinking. That is what you're supposed to understand, all right? So anyway, if you've reached this video up to this point, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you. And if you forgot to click that like button, just smash it for me, and make sure that you click that subscription button. It is very free, it is fast, and guess what? You get an upload, or rather, notified when I upload a new video, right? That's the important, because I know, hey, you're asking yourself, what's the value of that? Now that's the value, all right? So anyway, let me just recap on exactly what I've just said. I've said this fourth thing will help you, will go far away for help, from helping you when it comes to the financial freedom. Number one, I said it's about saving. 2023, let us make a saving year whereby we give ourselves a challenge. Took on a very simple, elaborated ways on how you can be able to save. I gave yesterday an example of Mali Safaricom. You can get started with a Sacco. You can get yourself a very nice, you can even use Mshwari to save. You can even use KCB M-Pesa. There are a variety of ways on how you can be able to save, my friend, all right? Good. Number two, I said you have to have what I call a budget for your cash, all right? Once you get off your 20%, then get a budget for you, budget the remainder, so that at least you may be able to know, hey, how much am I surviving on, and so forth, all right? And the third one, I said it's so about living according to your means. Live within your means, so that you don't budget for 33,000, whereas you earn 30,000 at the end of the month, all right? And number four, the last one but not the least, it's all about, starting small. Don't despise the humble beginning. It all starts somewhere before it goes to where. I always tell people, start with what you have before you get what you want. It's as simple as that. All right, and most of our success is more of our mentally. It's there. It has been confirmed from what we call these people who call themselves psychologists. Has been confirmed from the Bible. It's all about our thinking and how you do yourself. And of course, maybe perhaps if I may add some 2 or 3 tips on top of that, is that make sure the guys whom you hang around talk value. All right, as much as you guys entertain yourself, they also talk value. Talk with people who are they are either where you are or they are heading to where you would like to be, and also pick up some friends who they're already where I would like to be, and kind of try to befriend them, and then from that point you're able to get yourself somewhere. That's the secret of life, right? Not because I'm a pro or because I'm a billionaire or a millionaire, but guess what? Just like an iron sharpens another iron, so do we learn from each other, right? So comment down below, tell me what you think according to what exactly I've just said, and by the way, let me know whether you're up to challenge, and we will be here. And that's why I say, if you subscribe, if you be here, we'll be able to motivate each other, because I'll be here. All right, I post a video every day, so that means I'll be catching up, and I ask you like, okay, did you manage to save yesterday? Did you manage to save yesterday? And did you do it? And at the end of the year, we'll be here, God willing, and we'll be saying, hey, you know what, we actually beat the challenge. And from that point, we'll be able to go ahead and do it. All right, so anyway, if you're out there, you'd like to get my booklets about business ideas, business plans, about investments, about shares, about circles, about money, about anything you would like to know as far as the business are concerned, you are the right place. If you'd like to know anything about money market fund, you are the right place. All right, you can grab my number. I'll leave my number in the comment section. I'll pin it there. You can get it, text me on WhatsApp and tell me what book or which booklet you would like to get. A copy it's only 220. Any you want is 220. Tell me how many copies you want and which ones, and then I'll be able to send you. And then from that point, we can get started. Let's get this 2023 as a learning year. We get ourselves skills, because remember one thing, knowledge is power. Never despise knowledge, and that's the reality. Right? For now, what can I say apart from hang around, stick around, and see the next one, and goodbye.